everyone, I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Dan.
And it's time once again
to recommend things.
Dan, what are you going to suggest that we run out and spend our hard-earned dollars on today?
Today I'm going to be recommending a set of Funko Pop figures. I recently got this full set. I actually bought them all a while back when they came out, because I never invested in the Funko Pop figures before, but this was like the only piece of like figure merchandise that I saw for this when it came out. I'll show you the first couple of them. These are the Fallout Funko Pops.
Oh, okay.
And they're pretty awesome. So we have the male Lone Wanderer, the female version, because you can play as a male or female in the game. Then we got Vault Boy. He's kind of the mascot of the whole series and mascot of Vault Tech, the company that makes the vaults that people are put into when the nuclear holocaust happens. And then we have Brotherhood of Steel guy. They're the remnants of the U.S. military. They're still around in the wasteland afterwards, and they wear power armor, which is kind of cool. And then the last three in the set are enemies that you find throughout the wasteland. We have Deathclaw. They're big, mutated guys. They're kind of crazy looking. And then we have a Ghoulie, which is irradiated people, and they walk around and they're like zombie-like. And then we got a super mutant, and they're mutated people as well, but they're less brainless than ghouls, and they have like tribes in the wasteland and stuff. So those are really cool. Bethesda Game Studios doesn't do a lot of merchandise of their games, but with Funko Pop, they did a Fallout and an Elder Scrolls series, and I bought those two sets, and they're going to be putting out more Fallout 4-centric ones as March approaches, because these are all based on Fallout 3 designs, really, because this is the Lone Wanderer from Vault 101, which is the vault you come out of in Fallout 3, and the one in Fallout 4 is Vault 111. So we're going to get, one of like Dogmeat, the dog from Fallout 4, and a bunch of other characters. So that should be pretty cool. I'm really excited about them, and I like these figures much more than I expected to. I had always seen these, and I was like, I don't know, they look like weird bobblehead things. I don't know why anyone would want to own any of these, but then I got them, and I was like, these are really cool. So I don't know. That's what I recommend today.
You're welcome, Dan. I got you started on those.
Yes, you did.
I bought Dan the Reverse Flash one, and I want to say that's probably the first one you had, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I've gotten a few here and there, and I had the exact same thing. I was like, why would you get... This is a thing that I've talked about this lately. This is a thing that I've learned about action figures, where once I get them out of the package, I find they're way cooler than I thought they were half the time.
Yeah, exactly. The detail on them is really incredible, too. And there's a lot of like exclusive ones you can hunt around as well with these figures. Like stores have exclusive ones. Like I think Hot Topic has an exclusive green glow in the dark Vault Boy, so it looks like the Vault Boy that's on your Pip-Boy when you bring it up in the game. So I don't know. These are really collectible, and they're relatively cheap too. That's what I think is cool about them. Like they're not a large investment like some of the 6-inch figures that are like upwards of $20 and stuff like that. So,
but there's so many of them that you almost wish they could be even a little cheaper, right? Like, because I agree with you. But at 11 a pop figure, there's so many of them. I mean, obviously there's no collecting everything they make because they have a license for virtually everything that has ever existed.
Yeah.
But even if you wanted like a couple of the lines, it's gonna set you back a bit, especially if you try to get all the variants. And I didn't realize that one was quite as big as it is. That they'd put out as many. That's cool.
Yeah, they just started doing a bunch of video game ones, which is really cool, that I became aware of. I mean, they might have done them before for other things, but there's been a lot of video game ones I've been noticing recently. Like they did some for the newest Assassin's Creed game and stuff like that too, which I'm not as interested in. But at some point, I have all the Elder Scrolls ones as well they've put out, and I'll recommend that set at some point too, because those are really cool. Especially they made one of Alduin, the main boss from Skyrim, and he's a big dragon one, because they make like the big pops that are over more money, and those are cool.
The ones with vehicles are super cool too. Vince recommended the Ghostbusters one once with the car, and they've got the Breaking Bad one that's got the Winnebago, and yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Do they have a Batmobile? I'm sure they do, right?
Yes, I think there's a '60s. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure there's a Batmobile. Yeah, and I want to get the rest of the Star Trek ones at some point. I've got the Picard, and the Locutus, but I need to keep going with that. There's TNG ones and TOS ones. I wish they'd go all the way and do some for the other series too. And I think they might have some for Abrams as opposed to TOS, but I forget if they went there. I can't remember now, but.
Yeah, see, I'm not a crazy man, but if I was, I would try and buy all of the Star Wars ones.
That would be nuts. Yeah, like Trek, like I can get away with.
Like...
There's still fewer of them than some other things. Like I think there's probably more than there is for that set for Star Trek.
Oh,
but,
yeah, definitely.
But there are fewer than for other crazy things. But then you get into like small movies and stuff, and you'll be, or not small movies, but movies, and you'll be surprised by how many that, like, there are 4 for Roger Rabbit.
Oh, wow.
And I want a couple. There's a Judge Doom, and I really want him because that's Christopher Lloyd, and he's got the really creepy windy eyes where he's just like rah, and then they've got a Jessica Rabbit in that, and they made one of the weasels. It's like I was surprised that they went that far with that. But there's various things, movies where they put out more things than you would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many superhero ones in Disney. There's a bunch of those characters too, like from their old movies as well. So, I mean, virtually anything you could imagine they have. In
fact, I'll go this far. You'd be a crazy person to only get Batman figures. And I don't even mean villains. I mean just variants on Batman.
See, and I've seen people on YouTube that just collect vinyl pop figures. Like, they want all of them that are ever released. And
it's not possible.
I can't even imagine what their house looks like. It just must be wall-to-wall pop figures.
Well, maybe at some point I'll start that. Maybe at some point I'll start getting the Batmans and see how many of them I can get. That'd be fun.
I actually watched a YouTube video about this, now that you bring that up.
Really? Okay.
Batman is the like, out of any single character or like franchise thing, I forget how they worded it, but there are more Batman figures than like anything else that Pop has ever made. Like, there's so
I figured I was right about that.
Yeah, you're right. And some of the rarest ones are, like, Pop figures are Batman figures, and they go upwards of like thousands of dollars and stuff like that.
Oh, jeez.
Because they're like con exclusives and stuff like that. So
I'd never complete it, but it'd be fun to get some of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, if anything, if there's 60s Batman ones, you need to get those, because
I think there are.
Big of a fan of that series you are.
I'm not sure about that, but I think there might be.
There has to be. With that big marketing push they did when the DVDs came out, they had to have snapped up that license. I mean, they get everything else, right?
You know what? I didn't want to do a full recommend on this because it's just one, and it's just like, here it is. Can I show you the most recent one I got?
Yeah, sure.
Just because I'm not going to show this probably anywhere else.
Yeah.
I got the Sarah Lance one.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's Sarah Lance.
I'm sure there's a lot of Arrow ones too.
Yeah, there are a few. Flash and Arrow, and I would assume they'll put out the Legends characters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I'm not going to collect all of these, but I'm collecting this character.
Oh, so yeah, when they put the Legends out, then you'll get the White Canary.
Then I'll get the White Canary, yeah, and I hope they'll make a full scale, 6-inch figure for that, because I have the 6-inch figure for Black Canary, which I've done.
Sure they will.
Which I've done a review of, and there's also what are those called? The figures Funko makes that look like the old 3.5-inch Star Wars figures. What are those retro something? I forget what those are. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, they made one of those for her too, so I have to get that at some point.
Oh, cool! That's awesome.
That one I'll probably just leave on the card, just because I think they look cooler than taking them out of package.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just thumbtack on the wall or something.
I open most things these days, but that one, they're small and they don't look great because they're not supposed to. You know what I mean? Like. Anyway, well, Dan, today, I'm going to recommend something entirely different. This is a thing that I can't physically hold in my hand. Today, I'm going to recommend a YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel I'm going to recommend is called The Unusual Suspect. And The Unusual Suspect, Dan, does a lot. He's one of these editors, and he, like Shades at Night, does a lot of editing videos. This guy likes to do a lot of mashup intros, and what he seems to be most popular for is taking Power Ranger intros and trying to authentically, in the style of the intro of the show, take something that is like is in the same vein of the genre of that particular series and kind of what Power Rangers ripped off to make it, right? And then turn that into an intro. My son Jason, if you don't know, Jason's 5 going on 6, going on 20, but he's about to be 6. And Jason, the other day, woke me up to show me this. He said, "Dad, I found..." Now we watch, we monitor Jason and see what he's watching. But Sarah, or my wife, had just gone to work, and I guess she was letting him look at videos. He comes to me and he says, "Dad, I found these Star Wars videos. You have to see them." And sorry, I saw these Power Ranger videos. Yeah, you have to see them. The first one he showed me was, see, now I can't. Oh, it was the Avengers one.
Cool.
I want to show you the Star Wars one.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm risking a copyright flag to do this. This won't be the best quality because I'm not just going to take the video and put it, because that would definitely get me copyright flag, but I'll just show it to you on the monitor. And I may show you one or two others because I couldn't stop watching them. Like, I watched one, I just kept going. What's really cool about these, first of all, the editing job is just really good, but they're super, I'll say this before I show it to you, they're super frantic because that's Power Rangers. They're really cheesy, and what's a lot of fun is looking at something that takes itself really seriously and seeing that translated into Power Rangers. And the thing that I'm always anticipating when I watch one of these is to see what kind of, like, cheesy pose they pick for each character that, like, turns. It's just like, where it'll say, like, like old, like, 70s and 80s intros, right, where it'll, like, say the name of a character, and then that person will turn to be like, like that. The best one is in this video, which is part of the reason I want to show it to you. But I'll show you this one, and maybe we'll watch one or two others together, and then I'll talk about some other stuff he does. But let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So this is Star Wars in Lost Galaxy style. And what's great about this is, if you've never seen Power Rangers at all, I showed a Star Trek one last night in Star Trek Club, and a lot of people there had never seen that show, knew nothing about Power Rangers, didn't know Power Rangers in space, but it didn't matter. It's hilarious. It doesn't matter if you've seen them before. All right, here we go.
The Harrison Ford one was hilarious.
That's the best, and that's what I was talking about. That's the best one. It's hilarious. Another thing he does that I find incredibly impressive is he'll take old he'll take rock songs, and he'll take clips from movies and have characters in movies say all of the lines to a rock song to a karaoke track of the rock song.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they're really impressive. He's got a Green Day one, and I don't know how the guy finds all the lines of dialogue he finds. It's really impressive.
Research, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, and those are just technically really impressive, and he makes them really entertaining too. So sometimes with the ones that he'll repeat, where he'll try to have a different character say a line, but then like he did a Spaceballs thing in the Green Day one, where he kept allowing the line of or the line in the lyric to change just so that he could get the sound of the guy that does the sound effects to say each of the sound effects, and it worked. It was really funny.
That's awesome.
I'll show you one more of these. Okay, here's the Star Trek one. I guess I'll show you the Star Trek one.
All right, sweet.
Oh, actually, no. Let me show you the Back to the Future one, because that was the other one that I thought was kind of kind of amazing.
I kind of wish what Star Trek
Say that again. Yeah, I wish he had to, but it kind of works because of the cheese factor of that. Anyway, but so he did this with Time Force because it's Power Rangers, or because it's Back to the Future. Oh yeah. But the editing skills here are really good. I mean, that takes some time. The scrolling up bit.
Yeah.
This one really looks like a TV show.
Especially since you've got the different
The different what now? Especially because what?
There's like different settings, like they're in the Old West and the future and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it looks like they could be like different episodes of the show.
But anyway, that's what I recommend this week. I thought that was hilarious. So
yeah, that's awesome.
he's gotten some traction. He's getting a lot of views, and he's got some of his mashups are he's got in the millions of views. So some of you guys probably know about him already. But Jason found him. He was like, he woke me up to show me that.
That's awesome. Good for him too for getting traction. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching. We sure appreciate it, and we will see you again next time when we'll recommend something else for you. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Dan.